Hello and welcome back again to Shoemo Academy's YouTube channel, where we teach people like yourself how to start their own shoe and sneaker cleaning services wherever you are in the world. So today we have a very interesting topic to talk about, and we have today a very frequently asked topic and question, which is how much should you charge for your shoe cleaning services in your respective countries. So again, this is just something that we would like to share from our experiences of operating in 4 different countries and also studying some other markets in the world. So without any delay, let's get straight into it. Okay. First up, in Shoemo, we actually operate in 4 different countries, as you may know, which is Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, and Brunei. Now, 4 of these countries are all located in Southeast Asia. However, they are all very, very different in terms of culture, in terms of costing, in terms of consumer behavior as well. So, going back to that question that was asked earlier by one of our subscribers, we would like to actually share a little bit on our experience. Now, in this table that you will see here is actually the price structure that we have in comparison for all of the 4 countries that we currently operate in. So on one side, you have the local pricing in the local currencies, be it in Malaysian ringgit or in Singaporean dollar, Brunei dollar, or Indonesian rupiah. On the other side, you actually have it as an apple-to-apple comparison. We will actually make it all in US dollars for you to see the comparison. So as you can see here, in the Malaysian market, we actually charge these are all applicable to standard cleaning services. So these are all the same services delivered by the same trained Shoemo technicians across the 4 different countries, but they're all priced at the local pricing. So as you can see, in Malaysia, our pricing starts from $8.37, versus in Singapore, we are actually starting from $22.30. And then in Indonesia, we are actually $4.87, and in Brunei, it's actually 7.53 cents in US dollars. Now, that's a question, why is the pricing so different across these 4 countries, although they are located, geographically not too far away from each other? Now, the answer is quite simple, and I think this is the main point that we'd like to get to. Why are the factors? What is the biggest factor, and why are the pricing different across the countries? It's very simple. One common factor. What is your cost of operations in the particular country that you are operating in? That's number one. The second factor is how much are the consumers in your country, in your neighborhood, in your city, how much are they willing to pay for the cleaning services that you are going to render and provide to them? So that's it. When we talk about cost of operations, there's actually easily 4 factors. Number one, the cost obviously varies from country to countries, is the rental, meaning how much do you actually have to pay for your rental in your city, in your country, as compared to any other countries or cities. For example, if you're operating out of London, if you're going to open in Mumbai, or if you're going to open in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, the rental for that same space would vary very variously across the different cities and countries. That's number one, that's rental. Number 2 is actually your cost of operations, which is your labor cost, your manpower cost. Like for example, as I mentioned in the 3 examples given earlier, what is the actual average labor cost in your city, in your country? What is the actual minimum wage by law that you're legally obliged to pay your staff? So for example, in London, it could be up to like 10 to 12 pounds per hour. Then in Riyadh, it could be something like $10 per hour, and then in India it could be a totally different number altogether. So labor cost plays a very, very big role in terms of how much you can determine your pricing. Number 3 is actually what is considered a competitive pricing, meaning if you're going to operate in your country, you're going to set up this business in your country, in your city, take a look at your competitors in that same city. How much are they charging for standard cleaning, for example? If you're operating out of a city with a population of 2 million and there are 2 other competitors in your city, you want to take a good look and study their price structure, because obviously when it comes to determining your own pricing, you want to be as competitive as possible. Not necessarily cheaper than everyone else, but again, don't forget, there's a balance between value and price. So you just want to make sure that you are competitive in that sense. Your pricing is either not too far ahead or far below of your competitors' pricing. So, and the 4th and most important factor, which ties on to the 3rd factor, is actually how much are the consumers willing to pay for your service in your city, for example, for the services that will be rendered, shoe cleaning services in your city. How much are they willing to pay for that service? Are people willing to pay $5, $10, $20, for example? It really varies on like how people perceive that service in your city, how convenient it is, how much value they see it is. Obviously, if it's something that's unique, it's rare, not many people can provide that service in the city, you're a specialist there, you are established, you have reputation, then of course I think you can command a higher pricing. But on the other hand, if that city has a lot of competitors, for example, and everyone is doing it for cheap and everyone can do that pretty good quality of service as well, then I think you will find that your pricing is going to be a little bit uncompetitive if you're above that price range. So that's it. Just a quick recap. That 4 factors, as we mentioned earlier. Number 1, cost of operations, which is rental. Number 2, cost of operations, which is your labor cost. Number 3, what are your competitors pricing their services at? And finally, number 4, how much are the consumers in your city or your country willing to pay for your service? So taking all this into account, when you are calculating and determining what is your pricing structure in your city, your country, I think please take all this into account. This is just a very quick tip from us here at Shumo, where we've operated for the last 5 years in 4 different countries. Happy to share the knowledge once again. If you have any other questions in the future, please just leave us a comment in the comments below. And if you do find these videos useful, please drop us a subscribe or even a like for the video. That will really help us. And stay tuned, guys, and please stay safe as well, because there's another wave of COVID coming. So till the next video, right, see you guys around.